time you learned to hunt, buy bullets by the case.
What's up, y'all? Michael Lee. Episode, holy crap, 60 something? Sounds good, right? Backwoods Life Podcast. Backwoods Life TV, technically, because we have a television show on Sportsman Channel every Tuesday night at 10 p.m. and various other times. Check your local listings for more. That's all I got for that. Anyway, I hope everybody's doing good. It is June the 8th. And I'm sitting here in the office having some coffee, just getting the day going. Thought I'd hop on, talk a little bit. One of these great topics that I've got through Facebook. All that you all that listen have commented on what you wanted to hear some of more of. And I've got a list here, and I'm really happy to have a list to work off of. Because for those of y'all that don't know about podcasting, it's very difficult to come up with a topic on your own a lot of times, because you think you know what you want to talk about until it's time to talk about it, and you go, what am I talking about? Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, right? Shameless plug for no affiliation whatsoever, but I am enjoying some Black Rifle coffee this morning. So I know some people that know some people, so they're pretty cool people from what I hear. I don't know. Anyway, we digress, but hope everybody's doing good. It's starting to warm up outside. It's getting pretty freaking hot down here. I got my truck the other day. Of course, it was sitting in the sun and all that, but it was 108 in my truck, so that was not very pleasant. But it is June, so we've been dodging bullets on hot weather so far, but I think it's here, and it's here to stay. We're going to hit some 90s and stay in the 90s for a little bit. But like I said, welcome to summer. We can go enjoy some water and cool beverages. Yeah, I'm a fan. But we've been filling up some deer feeders, getting some food plot prep done. Little things like that to get ready for fall. Try to pace ourselves so we're ready to go hunting, but also enjoy this summertime as well. So what I wanted to talk about today was a great topic that was sent in. Hunt your hunt. Well, that's a broad term. Now, me, when I think hunt my hunt, I think of deer hunting, because that's what most of the hate that we get, especially through social media nowadays, and you all that have listened to this in the past and know how I feel about social media and people and hunting. Social media is a great tool, but it's a horrible environment. I'll just put it at that, because that's probably the best way I can put it. A great tool, horrible environment. Great tool to reach people, great tool to interact with people, but a horrible environment to breed the haters of the world, because you don't do it the way they do it. But I believe that when this topic comes to surface for most people, it's hunt your hunt, and that means you hunt the way you want to. If you want to get up at 9 o'clock in the morning and go sit in a shooting house, box stand, condo, whatever you call it, over a green field or a bean field or a hardwood bottom or over a pine thicket with a feeder out there, that's okay. That's how you want to hunt. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks, except for the game wardens. You do need to stay in those parameters of what we call the law. Now, you know, if your thing is spot and stalk, if your thing is bow hunt, if your thing is you have to hunt 25 feet up in a lock on, please wear your hunter safety system, by the way. Shameless plug there, because I believe in those products, and they're great people over there that run that company. But if you want, like, the problem is people try to say, if you do this, then you're not a hunter. If you don't do that, then you're not a hunter. I had a comment on a video that we posted yesterday. Thanks for not shooting that small deer. Well, that's a subject of up to determination of the hunter, right? I mean, it's a legal deer for the state we were hunting in. I think it was video of Kevin hunting in Missouri. Very nice buck, by the way. Super wide. I think it was a 10 point. There was nothing wrong with this deer. Mature buck, and I don't care if it was a 4 point. If that's what you want to shoot on your property, and it's a legal animal, there you go. Do it to it. Period. Don't worry about what other people think. And we get on social media, or even your buddies. I mean, I know guys literally that won't shoot a deer because it's not big enough for their buddies to approve of it. What is that about? I would get new friends. Like, we're not out there. I'm not out there hunting anyway to impress anybody. I don't have to impress anybody but myself, is what I always say. If I'm not happy with myself, then I do something different. If I'm not happy with my results, then I do something different, because it's up to me to determine what I want to do. Not one of my friends, not one of my family members, nobody. Now, I do like input. I mean, did I make a mistake here? Should I have done something different? Maybe that's what you're looking for. Maybe that's good feedback to educate yourself on your goals, but everybody's goals are different. Our goals are to let deer get as old as we can let them and take them down. That's our goal. Like, it doesn't matter the size of the rack. To me, it's the size of the deer, because if I'm going to pay for processing, I might as well get my money's worth, right? I mean, nowadays, I guess most people pay for a pound of meat, but I mean, just to me, my goal is to shoot an older, mature animal, even if it's a doe, because they're pretty slick. Like, we've all been busted by does before. If you haven't, then you're an anomaly to the hunting population. So that's my thing. It's like, I try to shoot mature animals. That's, in my part of the world, that's a 4 or 5 year old deer or older. Do we have deer older than that? I know we've got does older than that. Seeing a buck older than that's pretty daggum hard. They just become ghosts, or they don't live that long. I mean, the average deer, I think, in the state of Georgia makes it to 2.5 years old. And that's that. That's just statistics from what I've read. And that's okay, because everybody out there that's taking those bucks are doing it, the way they want to do it. It's all been about your goals. And another topic I want to hit on is smaller pieces of property, in another podcast, to show what you can do to try to shoot larger, older, mature deer, turkeys, whatever your goals are on smaller pieces of property. That's a whole nother topic, but it all goes back to hunt your hunt. Exactly. Like, do it the way you want to do it. If you want to get up at 3 a.m, go get in your deer stand at 4, sit there 2 hours, 3 hours before daylight and wait on it, that's fine. I mean, it's perfectly legal to do that. Just don't shoot anything before daylight, because then, you might have problems, but it's all subjective. And the faster that we can accept other people, and just basically when you get on social media and you see those comments, what I like to do is I just put the eye roll emoji on those people. I just go, oh my God, like, here you are. You're that guy. You're going to be that one today. And then they want to argue. That's what most of them is. They just want to, their life's so miserable that they want to take it out on somebody else that's having a good time. And you just can't feed into that negativity. You just let that roll like water off a duck's back. Like, it's not a big deal. And I know most of you listeners probably don't care what other people think, but for those of you that do, or those that kind of get sucked into that void of idiocracy, that's the best way to put that, is because people that comment like that are just morons. If it's an educational level, if you say, hey, I shot this deer, how old do you think he was? If I'm trying to shoot 5-year-old deer, did I mess up? And then you're asking for feedback, then that's one thing. But when it's basically, you're just putting out there, you're proud of your trophy, and people are like, oh, well, he would have been a good one next year, or I wouldn't have shot that on my property. Oh, here in Missouri, we got giant deer. Or that's not a shooter in Iowa. Well, damn it, you're not in Iowa. You're not in Missouri. I mean, if you're wherever you're at, you're in Alabama, then you're in Alabama. And the people that comment like that, they don't know anything about other states. They've never probably been out of the little small town they live in. And they may be blessed with great property with giant deer on it every year. A lot of us don't have that luxury. I'm blessed to have some property to hunt, and we have deer on it. And every once in a while, we have a great year and kill some really nice bucks. But most years, it's not like that. It's a cycle. We try to grow big deer every year, but it's just, there's variables. There's genetics, there's nature, there's weather, there's just everything. Like there's all these variables that go into making a deer's rack big. And we only control a small portion of that. And that's another podcast topic coming down the road, of how we can maximize the bodies and racks of bucks, if that's your goal. But with all that being said, I just hate to see people tear each other apart when everybody says hunter numbers are dwindling, and I'm not doubting the statistics behind that. But my whole point is like, come down here and try to go find a piece of property to hunt. Either they don't let anybody hunt, or there's somebody already hunting it. So I don't know where these dwindling numbers are, because hunting land is a scarce thing from most places that I've been around these parts anyway. And even going out into, western states and stuff, like I do think it's a little more accessible. I think you can, talk to landowners that they don't have anybody hunting, that they'll let you, or you can lease the property. And correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, that maybe I may be off base on that too. But I mean, hunting's a business, man. I mean, that's what it boils down to. And, people like trying to make $1 off their land. I respect that, trying to get an ROI. But, at the end of the day, if you're going to listen to my podcast, you're probably not going to be very blown away by all giant deer information, because I'm an equal opportunity hunter. No matter where I'm at, my hunt within the regulations of whoever I hunt with, what they ask me to shoot or not shoot. The states I go to, I have realistic expectations. And yes, I've shot a lot of big deer, but I've also shot a lot of deer that maybe some of you or other people look down upon. But where I'm at and where I'm hunting, that's a nice deer, or that's what I wanted to shoot. Simple as that. So hunt your hunt. Don't worry about what everybody else thinks. Don't feed into the negativity of social media. Feed into the positivity of people going out there and going hunting. Celebrate that first deer. Celebrate that biggest buck. Celebrate that biggest doe. Celebrate that smallest buck. Whatever you want to celebrate. Celebrate the Jake turkey. 100-pound hog. Celebrate 2 wood ducks this morning. Celebrate anything you can do to promote the outdoors. I commented on a TikTok video yesterday. These young guys made this video, and it went viral. It was actually a pretty funny video. This he's just kind of putting on this act like he's showing how to set the hook, and he sets the hook. I mean, and it's not really on a fish. He just sets the fake hook set, and he just falls backward out of the john boat they're fishing in the pond. I mean, it was funny. I commented on there, "Gotta love bored teens," but I did that tongue in cheek, because they're out there, they're fishing, they're having a good time, and I did comment below that and say, glad you guys are out there having fun. That's what it's about. It doesn't matter if they even caught a fish. They're out there having fun. And guess what? Somebody watches that video and that gets them to go fishing because these kids are out there cutting up, then so be it. That's the way to get it out there. They're making light of it, but it's positivity. It's a good thing. Comedy is a good thing. Trust me. I laugh at myself all the time. Even if I'm sitting here by myself, I'm like, you're a moron. But you laugh at yourself and you move on. It's just having fun. Just like this podcast. It's kind of a joke. Don't get many listeners. But for those of y'all that do listen, I appreciate it. And I have fun with it. It gives me, 15, 20 minutes a week when I try to do these things, to talk about something. And it's kind of weird because I'm record this talking to myself most of the time. But guess what? I'm potting my podcast, just like hunting your own hunt. I don't know, put that into perspective. Hope y'all have a great week. Hope everybody's doing great out there. If you listen to this, drop me a line on social media, anywhere. Comment on this thing. Tell me what you think. Give me some feedback. Tell me if it's horrible. I'm okay with that too. I'm not defensive about subjective matters such as podcasting. So I don't get defensive about really much of nothing unless you insult my family or my friends. I don't care if you insult my hunting whatsoever. It's what I do. I have fun with it though. All right. Y'all be good out there. Be safe. Hey, I'm going to kill stuff till I die. You've been listening to the Backwoods Life Podcast with Michael Lee. I appreciate each and every one of you.